What's going on, dudes? My name is Zalkiam. I'm your coach for Kansas City Nidokings. Today we have our Week 11 matchup, team prep versus Ariadon and the Tampa Bay Duskulleers. Sorry, I'm moving my camera. It slid down a little bit on the box. But anyways, I'm going to be explaining the team that I built for his team. This is a really crucial match. Basically, if we do not win, then there is no chance of us going to playoffs. Because he has a 6-4 record. I don't remember who he played last week, but he beat them. So that means I have to win this week, and we'll have the same record, and then it'll all be based on the differential. Which currently I think he has a little bit better differential than me, but that makes sense, him having one more win than me. But anyways, he's got a pretty threatening team here. Let me pull it up. Alright, his team consists of Mega Altaria, Entei, Skarmory, Hawlucha, Mamoswine, Amoonguss, Jolteon, Ditto, Jellicent, Licky, and Metang. So, pretty worried about this for many reasons. Mega Altaria considered the top of OU. You've got Entei, which is a pretty powerful Sacred Fire user, and Sacred Fire is a really scary thing. I think I brought 2 physical attackers this week. You're probably wondering why I didn't bring Ravager. Ravager does not match up well against this team at all. He really has nothing that can touch a lot of his threats. I mean, knock off and a flying type move, but he has several Pokemon that resist the flying typing, so it's just, it really just didn't work out for me in that situation. So, I mean, it's just, the Ditto is also pretty scary, because he can come in, and he'll transform into whatever Pokemon it is, he'll get everything but the speed, and then most likely he'll run a Choice Scarf. And then Jellicent, I've heard, has been, it shuts down teams. So, I've got several Pokemon on my team that are capable of taking on that Jellicent and possibly beating it. Anyways, we're going to be started with the team that I built. So we are starting out with Voltar, the Raikou, rocking a Shuca Berry with T-Bolt, Hidden Power Ice, Aura Sphere, and Volt Switch. So the Shuca Berry, basically, it lowers the damage of a super effective ground-type move. So if I have to sit in there against the Mamoswine or something happens, and I just, maybe against the Mega Altaria, a Shuca Berry could be helpful here. I didn't really want to put Life Orb or Specs or anything on it. I just didn't feel like it was worth it. T-Bolt it's a decent move. Mamoswine is the only one immune to it, and it hits pretty much everything except for that Jolt. Well, the Jolteon is immune because of Volt Absorb. So he's got 2 immunities to it, and I believe only 1 resistance, or 2 resistances after Mega Evolution. So, Thunderbolt, it also being one of Raikou's most powerful stab electric type moves. I believe that it'll be really nice to have that extra damage, which we didn't have a couple weeks ago. Anyways, we're rocking Hidden Power Ice, pretty much specifically for the Mega Altaria. If I have to get stuck in there, hit it with something really hard. Hidden Power Ice also does pretty decently on the Amoonguss, Hawlucha, so it can hit several Pokemon on his team pretty hard. I couldn't put much else on this thing. I really just don't have a good matchup against this team. So it'll have to be just based on pure skill and maybe a good amount of luck. We can hope, so that means I might lose. Most likely. Anyways, Aura Sphere is pretty much there for the Mamoswine, because I can't touch it with Thunderbolt or HP Ice. So, an Aura Sphere will hit the thing pretty hard if it's this Pokemon, but if he transforms in Felicia, that would just be awful. Actually, I'd probably win that matchup, to be honest, just cause. Anyways, and then Volt Switch just to get a pivot off. It hits the same Pokemon, but we're rocking max special attack, max speed with a Rash Nature, because Event Raikou is the only one with Aura Sphere, so I have to give it a Rash Nature. Anyways, that is Voltar there. Next up, we have Azura, the Azelf with Thunderbolt, Psychic, Knockoff, and Magic Coat, also with a Life Orb. So the way that I'm doing this is, once again, Thunderbolt. He's got several weaknesses to flying typing. So electric typing. The Skarmory, the Hawlucha, the Jellicent, those are the main 3 that it's super effective against, and those are big threats. Mega Altaria is neutral to it before it Mega Evolves, and if I can hit that thing, if he's not running a bulky variant, then it'll hit really hard. Now, I decided, I was really debating on what I wanted to run on this thing. I ended up going Life Orb, because Life Orb, it boosts my damage a little bit, and I feel that I really need it for this week, because on his team, I'm not super scared. One thing, I don't believe anything on his team can really one-shot me, so I think Azura will be can live at least one hit, so I didn't think I needed to run anything like that. But Psychic, powerful stab move, he has no, what do you call it, no immunities to it on his team, hits a couple Pokemon pretty hard, hits the Amoonguss very hard, which is one of the reasons I really brought it. Knock off if I can get rid of some items, get like a choice band off the Entei if he brings it, like knock off lefties on Skarmory, you know, Scarf on Mamo if he decided to do that, so... Scarf on Ditto, that was the main reason I brought it, so, and then Magic Coat. You're probably wondering I brought Magic Coat, and I just decided, I mean, there really wasn't a better move that I could put in that slot that would really make any sort of difference, because I do believe Psychic and Hidden Power Ice would do the same amount of damage. I'm talking about the Altaria here, my bad. And then Magic Coat reflects non-damaging moves, so obviously Stealth Rocks, any sort of entry hazards, or any sort of like move sort of taunt or something like that, anything that doesn't do direct damage will be reflected right back, and that's what I'm hoping to do if I can predict a switch in like the Mamo or something else. If he brings rocks, I think Skarmory can get rocks. If I can get rocks on the other side of the field, that'd be very nice, because I mean Claydol just did not work for me this week. I may end up dropping Sigilif here and going for Claydol just so I can bring a rapid spinning set. Next we have a Banded Swampert. So I thought Banded Swampert worked pretty nicely in the situation because he's got a couple of really good moves that hit many different Pokemon, which is really nice. So E-Quake hits everything but the Skarmory and the Hawlucha, I believe. Yeah. in the Metang, I think he gets Levitate. So those three Pokemon, I believe, are the only Pokemon that can avoid the Earthquake, which is pretty nice. Ice Punch hits Mega Altaria really hard, Hawlucha really hard, the Amoonguss pretty hard, so Ice Punch is just a good move to have in this situation. Could, by chance, I think you can freeze, yeah, or let's see, Ice Punch, 10% chance to freeze, yeah. And then Waterfall, nice stab move, hits Pokemon like the Mamoswine. So the Jellicent and the Amoonguss and the Mega Altaria are the only Pokemon that resist the Waterfall. And nothing really wants to take a Banded Waterfall from an Adamant Swampert. And then Superpower for Pokemon maybe like the Metang or Mamo, if I end up having to do that or something like that. Just chuck a fighting type move and hopefully do some damage. We're rocking max HP, max attack, and foreign special defense. I mean, Amoonguss Giga Drain is my biggest threat when it comes to Josh here, because he's not going to be able to hit me hard enough that'll do too much damage, but I need to be really careful about Sacred Fire with Entei, because Entei could burn me, because Sacred Fire is a 50% chance to burn, and if I can avoid a burn, that'd be really nice, because that would keep Joshy's, what do you call it, his longevity. Anyways, next up we have Felicia the Chansey rocking the Eviolite with Heal Bell, Counter, Seismic Toss, and Soft Boiled. So, I was trying to remember, there was another move I wanted to run Rocks on this thing, but I ended up deciding against it. I may need to run Rocks, because it would be really nice to get some chip damage. Entei's the only thing that takes 25% from it, so I may not run it, but I may end up dropping, once again, Pixies and getting Claydol. Heal Bell is to get rid of burns if we have any. Best case scenario is just for Josh to not get burned at all. We have Natural Cure, so if Chansey gets burned, and I just want to go for Seismic Toss, or something I can swap out. Counter will be really nice, because if he wants to leave in the Entei or the Mega Altaria in against me, I can counter and do double the damage back to them, because I cannot be one-shot by anything except for maybe the Hawlucha. I'm actually going to calc it. So, High Jump Kick has a chance to knock me out. So, if I do live it, I can frickin' destroy him with Counter. So, that is the only Pokemon on his team. It's a 93 to 106 range, I think that said. 93 to 110. So, on the low side of the scale, if he gets a low roll, then I have a good chance to live it. And that'd be awesome if I could live it. So, yeah. Oh, hold on. I forgot to put Eviolite. That makes a world of difference. He cannot one-shot me, so that is awesome. Okay, I'm glad I remembered that. So, I can be confident in leaving Felicia in one turn against the Hawlucha and taking a High Jump Kick and then hitting him right back with Counter. I really hope Counter Chansey will work. I really need it to work. Next up, we have Seismic Toss. It's the best move that Chansey's going to be able to do with damaging. It's going to do 100 points of damage per hit because we're rocking a level 100. which is actually really nice because a lot of Pokemon aren't very high up there when it comes to the HP stat. Like you see, Joshy's 404, which is pretty decent. 291 for Azura. So I mean, these are all at level 100 Pokemon. So 100 damage is going to be actually pretty good when it comes to some of his mons. And then soft boiled because I need a way to heal this thing up and keep this in the battle. But obviously max HP, max physical defense with bold nature, so this thing can live a high jump kick. Next up we have Pixies, who might be swapped out. You know, we're gonna do it right now because I'm talking about it. I'm just gonna do it. Alright, we're gonna rock with this set. I haven't actually put any EVs in. I think I'll make this thing more specially defensive, but I'll leave a good amount to put in special. Actually, I won't need to put any in special attack. Well, I'll put 4 here, 4 here, or 8 there, I guess, and then the rest in physical defense. So that is the Claydol set we're running. Normal Gen Explosion, just so I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of this. Boom! If I by chance get rid of his rockers, it'll be fun to do. I just want to run something. I want to run fun sets, but the issue is sometimes fun sets don't always work out, which sucks. But anyway, Psychic hits pretty decently. Stealth Rocks, so I can get chip damage mainly on the Entei. That's the biggest issue in Altaria before he Mega Evolves. And then Rapid Spin to get rid of rocks if he decides to put them up on my side of the field so I can avoid chip damage. Because none of my Pokemon take 25%, so it's not that big of a deal, but I just don't really want the chip damage. So anyways, finally we have Natsuki, the Heracross. I decided to name it Natsuki rather than frickin' Hercules, just because it's awesome. RE0 is awesome, so you should go watch it if you haven't. Anyways, we're rocking a Banded Gut set with Close Combat, Earthquake, Knockoff, and Shadow Claw. So, Bug does not help me at all against this team. So, Close Combat hits really nicely. I believe he has the Mega Altaria, he's got the Hawlucha, the Hawlucha, the Amoonguss, and the Jellicent. I believe are his only Pokemon that are weak, are good against close combat, which is really nice. E-Quake hits pretty much everything, except for the Mega Altaria for Mega Evolution, Skarmory, and Hawlucha. So, once again, and Metang. So, and for Pokemon like that, Metang knockoff will be really, really nice. Get rid of its EV Light if he decides to bring, because that's most likely what I think he would run. I don't really know what Metangs typically run, but you know, whatever. And then Shadow Claw, just to hit, I guess. Who did I put that on for? Metang maybe? I don't know. Shadow Claw, I don't need that. Let's pick a different move. Alright, I'm gonna go for Rock Slide because I don't think there is a resistance to Rock Slide on his entire team, except for the Metang. So, I like the Rock Slide idea. Very good job, Caleb. Thank you very much. Not really, though. Anyways, pretty simple. Anyways, that's the team we're bringing for Ariadon and the Tampa Bay Duskulleers. I really hope you enjoyed it. If Nidokings was appreciated, this is a really, really crucial match. I am having it soon. We should be starting, actually, in probably the next 10 minutes or something like that. So, I really hope the team works out because I would love to get into playoffs this season. I don't remember if he did last season, but I know definitely that we didn't, and I'd love to get into playoffs in my second year. I've done better, I believe, this year than I did last year. You know, I would like to end this season with a winning record at the very minimum. Very minimum. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you all. Oh, actually, let's go, Nidokings!
Bitch, I'm the man. Give me my spot on that throne. They didn't want me to grow. They didn't know. I will make all of them grow. I did it all on my own. Man, what was you? When I was trapped in my zone. Never had nothing to own. Now it's all good. All of that frontin' is gone. I'm out here stunning for show. Bitch, I'm a pro. Say man, ain't shit change. Except all the money that I make. The honeys that I take. I can tell a dummy from a snake. Looking at me funny what you ain't. Can't stomach how you fake. Better know you fucking with the great white. Get the motherfuckers out my way. I'm the best in the game. And that's the way that we living out.